Yo, homeboy. What up, homie? Hallelujah. Okay, so. I was mentioning. Okay, so I was talking about how when I worked at Ross, there was this girl who was a little bit overweight, actually, but man, we clicked. We clicked. And I would be working at the back of the store where there's no cashiers. And they'd say on the little microphone, Matt, why don't you come to the front of the store? And I was avoiding going to the front of the store because I'm a targeted individual. I wasn't trying to be friends with anybody. I was trying to isolate myself. I was like, I'm here to do a job. I'm here for the paycheck. That's it. Matt, why don't you come to the front of the store? So when I'd go to the front of the store, within 5 or 10 minutes, everybody would be laughing and having a good time, especially like right before close when there's hardly any customers. And we'd be all just laughing and goofing around. And I'm 50, but there was she was 20 years old at the time. I know because she couldn't even drink. She couldn't even legally have a drink, dude. And I'm pretty sure. Now, she was one of the people that I clicked with, and I really did I love that girl, actually. Oh my gosh, actually, I really did love her. As far as, like, we clicked. I mean, I just liked her a lot. I would goof around with her. She had the right personality for me to be friends with. Kind of like Sam McCaleb, but Sam McCaleb was a guy, but I clicked with him. And Bryce. Bryce knows. When I started working at Vail Resorts, Sam was the one who I shouldn't have said his last name. Anyway, Sam was the one who said I was the funnest person he's ever trained. And it was because the anointing comes down. I'm pretty sure when my family has family reunions now that Chris is dead, Parker's dead, Dad's still alive pretending to be dead. I'm just saying. And if he is dead, he's better off. Because I remember my stepmom used to be like, Daniel, I thought I told you to do the dishes. And then, like, while he's doing the dishes, like 1 minute later, Daniel, I thought I told you to bring in the wood. I'm doing the dishes. I'll bring in the wood after I'm done. Daniel, I thought I told you to make a fire. Daniel, when you're done doing the wood, making the fire, and doing the dishes, turn on the hot water so I can take a hot bath. She was driving him crazy, I'm sure. Like, she has to have a personal servant. Oh my God, the poor guy is lucky he's dead. He's probably better off dead. Can you imagine having a bitch following you around saying, Daniel, I thought I told you to take out the trash. Daniel, I thought, while you're doing the dishes, I'm still doing the dishes like you told me to do. And when you're done with the dishes, take out the trash, and after that, bring in the wood, make a fire, and then go turn on the hot water so I can take a hot bath. What a terrible, terrible life. He probably wished himself to death. I'm just saying, that's my stepmom. And she always hated me primarily because I have the same kind of personality as my dad. My dad was a great guy. Everybody loved him. And they'd come over and they'd meet my dad, or they'd hang out with my dad, and they'd say, your dad's a great guy. And then they'd meet my stepmom. And they'd be like, what the your stepmom's a bitch. I've heard more than one person say that. And that was way back when I was in high school. Jarrett said that. Cousin Zachary said, Virginia's a bitch to you. To me only. She's jealous. She knows. She knows I'm the boss. Anyway, so I'm working over here at Ross. And I clicked with a bunch of people there as friends. And some of them, they'd come walking, like, they wanted to be around me. And then I'd start cracking jokes and we'd start laughing. Sometimes they were the ones cracking jokes to me. You know that kind of like that energy you get when you click with someone. Anyway, this girl was 20 years old. And she lost 65 pounds and started going to my gym. And I know she had a crush on me back when I worked. So I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that she lost all that weight and started going to my gym because she wanted to date me or something. And those of you guys who are watching, and you know it's true. Anyway, so the point is, I hate to say this, I'm a great guy. And all those people who hate me is because, like my real sister. So first she manipulated my mom to sell a piece of property. My mom lost $150,000, sold a piece of property in the middle of winter in about a week and a half. And I was trying to tell him, leave the property on the market until summer and you'll get another 150 grand for it. I don't know. My sister wanted it sold right away. But I didn't do anything about it because I didn't realize my sister was manipulating. And my mom was on meds at the time. So my mom was like completely crazy. And she did what my sister wanted her to do. Then a few months later, my sister goes and tries to do this car deal where she said, I'm just trying to buy a car for Casey. That is a lie. She was trying to do a buy here, pay here, and then repo the car from Casey. I'm just saying, then she bought a car that was worth $2,000 and paid $5,500 for a piece of shit beat up car. And then she dragged Jeremy and Ariel, got their money. And then I exposed what she was doing. And out of retaliation, she went and got with my stepbro and had me put on a list of targeted individuals. I'm just saying. And I forgive her. I don't care anymore. And I'm actually glad I'm not in their life anymore. And I happen to know they're slaves to their job. They get up in the morning and the sun's still not up. They go to work all day and they don't get off work until the sun is down. So they go months without even seeing the light of the sun. They're like under a curse. And for their wickedness. And here I am, poor broke, and I'm having more fun. I'm like this every day, by the way. And anytime I get a job or get in among people, if I just click with one person, then all the other people start to click too. If I just let my personality shine a little bit, some people get jealous and hate me. That's one thing I remember my stepmom, but also I remember like when I was in 10th grade, I remember 3 different guys who just hated me. And I didn't even know I didn't know why they hated me. And then later I found out that Frank hated me because I was friends with Becky and he had a crush on her. And I was just a sophomore and she was a senior. Like there was nothing. I mean, I just clicked with Becky, but he had a crush on her. So he hated me because I sat next to her on the bus every day. And whenever I got on the bus, she'd save the seat for me. In other words, she wouldn't let anybody sit next to her except for me. That was when I was in 9th grade, actually. 9th grade, 10th grade, and then she graduated. She was gone. And then a guy named Josh, he hated me, and I didn't even know Josh. Well, it's because Holly had a crush on me, and he had a big crush on Holly. And then, Jeremy, this guy Jeremy, he hated me too, and I couldn't figure out why he was, and all these guys were always bigger than me, because this was like 9th, 10th grade. I was pretty much smaller than most guys. Like the guys who hated me and would try to intimidate me were always bigger. Well, then I went out for wrestling, and all of a sudden I hit that growth spurt while I was lifting weights, and I muscled up. Next thing I know, I was the only 10th grader who was dating a senior cheerleader. And she's on Facebook, by the way. And so all these people, I'm starting to think that some of the FBI agents who were coming after me, try to destroy me, they're just nerdy guys that they see me and I'm just saying, they just hate guys who have I'm just saying. And I'm sure it drove them crazy when they found out that this beautiful 20-year-old lady lost 65 pounds and started going to my gym. I'm just saying. And intentionally being there during times when I was there. In other words, I would go to the gym every day at a certain time, and she would happen to be there. And I remember feeling like I can't date her because I'm 50, dude. That's not right. The poor girl. She wouldn't want to date an old guy like me. It wouldn't be the right thing for her. But I really, honestly, in my heart, I really love that girl. Because we clicked. And I'm like flattered that she would lose that kind of weight and start going to my gym. I'm just saying it. And I'm not making this up. This is real stuff. And I'm poor. She also knows I'm poor and homeless. So can you imagine an attractive 20-year-old Latina girl losing 65 pounds and going to my gym to meet up with me, even knowing that I'm a homeless guy? I got some serious mojo going on. And I'm not trying to do that. That's the other thing. They try to accuse me of like trying to have sex with, you're trying to have sex with that old lady. There was an old lady they tried to accuse. He's trying to commit adultery is what they said. I was like, no, I'm not. That lady was a nice lady. She was a friend of mine, and I never even saw. And same with my cousin Callie. I clicked with Callie. She was fun to hang with. And they're all going to stand there and try to say I'm trying to have sex with her. But I treated her the same way as I treated my own sister. I'm just saying. And then they stomped me out of the family. And then God stomped Parker out of the family. God stomped Dwayne out of the family. Go ahead and have a family reunion and watch everybody show up and they're bored. None of the girls want to go out to Cow Creek anymore. You got a couple of little old maids living out there now. All alone. Just saying, with nobody to order around. And I remember Charity once said, back in the 80s, Charity said, I swear, Mom only wants us around to do the work around here. She just wants us for free slave labor. And it was true. I moved from LA to Oregon, and my stepmom, it's like all she wanted to do is have us do all the work around, pulling brush, moving the wood pile, stacking the wood, bringing the wood in, cutting the grass, doing the chainsaw work. Like she would, and then she'd go and get drunk and do nothing all day. I'm just saying. And she's the only person I know for sure is a child abuser. And the kids she raised are wicked. Look at how wicked Chris was. Chris will murder you just for having a penis. I'm just saying. She hated me, dude. And it's only because I have balls. I'm not joking, dude. When I was in college, I lived for 3 months, for one term, 10 weeks, I lived with my stepsister, Chris. During that time, 3 different ladies called me and left messages for me. One of them was a friend from high school. One of them was a girl. And I never gave out my number, too. So they had to have got my number from looking at the student directory. Anyway, I had several different girls call and leave a message for me. And my stepsister acted like I was some sort of player, like I was sleeping around. I didn't sleep with any of them. One of them was a friend from high school and probably could have slept with her. Another was a girl I just barely met. And I don't even remember giving her my name. I know I didn't give her my phone number, but somehow she called me and left me a message. And I don't even know how she got my number, except for she had to have found it in both of them. Anyway, Chris hated me, dude. And they acted like I was some sort of player. I wasn't. Those girls just called me because they knew me. And because I clicked with them, or because I don't know why. I was, at the time, 25. I didn't have any hair loss. I was more muscular than I am today, but I still had the same personality. And that's what they hate, is they hate my personality. Oh. And now, Trump is president, and Trump is just destroying them. He's destroying them, dude. All the bad people are getting fucked up. It's so funny to watch, dude. Meanwhile, they think they beat me down, but I'm like Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you beat me down, I will only become more powerful than you could ever believe. Or than you could ever imagine. Remember what Obi-Wan said before Darth Vader killed him? If you strike me down, I will only become more powerful than you could ever believe. Or whatever he said. Darth Vader kills him. Die, sucker! That's what they tried to do to me. They tried to murder me. They literally tried to murder me. And my stepbro, he should get charged with first-degree attempted murder. I'm just saying. And I'm pretty sure the county sheriff doesn't appreciate some joker from the U.S. Army coming into his jurisdiction and trying to murder civilians without a trial. And the federal government knows everything. So you can tell Christopher Rand Williams, you better be careful, because it's coming. Your jail sentence is coming, bro. And all your Delta guys that you had against me, and you told them all that I had committed some crime, and they all got riled up to come get me when they realized the truth, that you're just a jealous, unattractive, boring person. You're just jealous of me because I whooped your ass in a hotel room wrestling match right in front of your fiance, and it was your mom who put you up to it. I'm just saying. Oh, Jesus, Lord, help me. And I remember standing there saying, I remember Virginia saying, Rand, you should wrestle your brother. And I remember standing there saying, say what? I was thinking, say what? Right when he pounced on me, and he made the mistake of pouncing on me with his right arm as his I did what's called an arm drag. Pushed him right past me, got behind him, put him on the ground, put my legs in, and started cranking him. And he's on the ground underneath me, thrashing around, right in front of my dad, my sister, his fiance, my stepmom. I just thrashed on him right in front of everybody. And it was Virginia who said, why don't you wrestle your little brother? And 2 seconds later, I'm on top of him, holding him down, and he can't move. And then he finally says, okay, we're done. I had to let him up. I'm just saying. That's how it's going to be. And now we're in the same situation, but now it's at a whole nother level. And now I got the law on my side. And the president of the United States has just put an end to the weaponization of government. I'm just saying, you're going to get charges. And Virginia, just so you know, there's a thing called equitable estoppel, which puts a stop on the statute of limitations, which means I can still sue you for anything you said about me to people in Wolf Creek and people that I know and have known me since I was in 7th, 8th grade. So, yeah, you could still get sued, Virginia, because of equitable estoppel on the statute of limitations, and you can get sued for slander and defamation of character. So, Virginia, you need to get your head on straight, because it's coming.